Hey, everybody, and welcome to Movie Guys Podcast. I'm joined with Eric and Ed, and tonight we're talking about, well, my favorite horror franchise, Friday the 13th retrospective episode. Hey, guys, how you doing tonight?
Hanging out, man.
Very,
Doing good?
very well, brother man. How's that hanging, my man?
Nice and easy, I guess, right?
Little to the right.
Little to the right.
Little right.
Right? Really? I'm a little bit to
When
the
you
left,
ask
but okay.
that, there's only a few responses that you can get without it becoming too casually dull, right? And it's,
Yeah.
it's like that's something that I would see out of a movie. It's just, what did you say? Nice and easy. Like
Oh, yeah.
that's like the most appropriate or honest answer I think I've ever heard.
It's hanging there. It's dripping a little bit, you know.
What are you going to do? Oh, shit. You know, like I announced that my wife was pregnant a few weeks ago, and my God, I have not seen somebody throw up so much, and I've been through college. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This morning sickness is no joke, my God.
Oh man.
The poor girl.
Is it awkward? Do you just like,
Well, I've held her
because
hair-
you want to help, you know.
Yeah, it's just like, oh God, what do I do? But,
Get her a towel
No,
and some water, I guess, you know.
no, I've held her hair twice, and it's just like, you just stand there like, okay, this is happening right now. You know, like, it's when you have literally done everything, you know, with your spouse when that happens. It's like, yeah. But speaking of everything with your spouse, this is actually going around. Friday the 13th, I had to put Gina, who's my wife, through a test. I did this to all my girlfriends. Ed, you know this story.
Mhm.
Eric, you don't know this yet, and the fans don't know it.
A test.
Oh, God, yeah. When I'm kind of, well, since I'm older now, I've kind of gone away from it. But Friday the 13th, this series was my series. I would watch this every weekend, every week. I have comic books. I have action figures, scripts with signatures. I have Ted White's autograph. I've interviewed Ted White, interviewed Kane Hodder. Like, Friday the 13th is my shit. So, in college, long story short, every girlfriend I've ever had, if I thought there were going to be something worthwhile, I would put them through the Friday 13th test and see how many movies they can get in without saying, okay, you're fucking crazy, I'm done with you. And Gina was the only one. And it so happened that we started dating when the new remake came out. So we watched all 11 movies, 11 days straight, and then we went out and saw the remake with my Jason mask and machete, and she
Oh,
still
dear
married
God.
me. So I'm just saying.
I think she was the crazy one.
You know, there's someone out there for everyone, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not so much anymore now. I haven't seen these movies in a long time. The last bit of fandom for me was, the 2 bits of fandom was 2 years ago. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, and for the fans, definitely check this out. I actually think it's something for everybody to buy if you're a big horror fan. It's called Crystal Lake Memories. It is a 4-disc Blu-ray set, and it's 6.5 hours documentary of all 12 Friday the 13th films.
Oh wow.
And if you want to know everything about Friday the 13th, it's the documentary for you. But my last bit of fandom is my brother and I just paid $70 for the Friday the 13th video game Kickstarter campaign. So let's talk about that real quick. Do you guys know there's a new game coming out this year in October?
I did. I saw that trailer, and I know it because I am real hyped for it. It looks amazing. I hope that whatever blood that I saw in that trailer, I hope that they add more. And it looked really cool from what I saw so far. And I, too, had actually did my part in supporting that because I would very much pay for that game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very, very much.
Ed, do you have any idea?
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I agree with you guys. I think it looks amazing. The only one, in my opinion, it's the greatest horror game of all time. Well, second greatest behind Clock Tower, was the one that was for NES and maybe it was Sega too. I don't remember. But you would walk around Crystal Lake, you'd try to find things, and all of a sudden Jason would just appear.
Yeah.
Purple
I
Jason.
don't know if you remember that one.
Purple Jason. Oh,
yeah, Purple Jason.
It was Purple
and
Jason.
you'd have to find a way to run away from him, and you couldn't fight him because he'd kill you, and then the game would end.
Oh yeah, no, that game sucked. It was difficult as shit. But I'm really stoked about this game. I think this is a great thing to start off with our discussion about this game because Friday the 13th starting to get a fandom again. Kane Hodder's coming back as Jason. He just got done doing motion capture. Tom Savini's doing all the makeup and all the effects for them to model for the game.
Well, he
Uh,
was.
no. Yeah, he still is.
Didn't he die? I thought he died.
Tom Savini? No, he's still alive.
Are we sure about this?
Absolutely. Sean Cunningham, the director and the creator of the first movie, came back for the game, and also I think his name is Harry Manfredini. He's the guy who came up with the score, the song. So that's all in the game as well. What sucks though, this is what pissed me off, which they didn't say in Kickstarter. I will say this. It's only online only. You buy the physical disc, but you have to do multiplayer. There's no single player, you and a bunch of bots. You have to play online. Have to.
I'm fine with that. It's pretty fun. I mean, because
Works for me.
in this game has become like such a fan favorite. I mean, just pretty much the idea of what it is, where there's one central villain and he's chasing you. And
Oh, yeah.
you gotta run away and not get caught. It's almost like a childish game, right? I mean, it's something that
Yeah.
you like a tag or something like that. So that's basically what kind of the movie is, and it's carried on so well because of that theme that just different things have kind of grown from it. When I used to play Call of Duty all the time, we used to play something like that in custom mode. So other people would call it Michael Myers too, but
Yeah.
pretty much the same kind of idea where one person is it, and they only get a knife, and they got to run around and kill everybody. It was really fun.
Oh, yeah. And also, too, I guess to end the conversation on the game and go to the movies, what we're here to discuss, what I like about this game is that when you pick one of the 7 counselors, they're all stereotypes. Like, that's one of the things I found out, too, that I really like. So if you pick the jock, you're very strong and you're very fast, but you don't know how to fix a
Bimbo
truck.
with tits, please.
Yes. I want to be the virgin. That's what I want to do because I am one,
Yeah.
So, how we got pregnant was we prayed to baby Jesus.
Yep.
And had the story.
What a gift.
What a gift. Eric, I got to tell you this story. We're going to get off Friday the 13th for a second, but I got to tell you this story. Ed knows this one. So my wife and I were getting married, and we had to do marriage counseling to the guy who was going to marry us, for the priest.
Sure.
Anyway, he didn't want to talk to us about sex. It was very uncomfortable for him. So he gave us this book about a woman who goes around, which is kind of like a documentary style, and she interviews different couples. Well, it's a Christian book.
Sure.
There is a point in the book where my wife cracks up laughing, and she said, "Read this," and I read it. It says in this book, and I quote, I forget the name. Next time I'll remember to tell you. The best way to enjoy a sexual experience with your new partner is to stand in front of each other, undress each other, and then sit at the foot of the bed nude and pray to baby Jesus to welcome him into the bedroom while you court your marriage.
What? No, it didn't.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Is that? Oh man, dude! All those sex ed
here's the
classes
thing.
that I've been taught, they got it all wrong. Like that's way easier. You just gotta pray for it, and baby Jesus flies in through the window and.
But see, Eric, that's the bad part.
Gives you the
You're
gift.
praying to baby Jesus. That's the part that's fucked up.
Well, yeah, not like that Satan worshipping stork, right?
No, you gotta pray to baby Jesus. Anywho, sorry fans, but
That's why I like being Catholic, because the only thing they say is as long as you're open to the idea of kids, you can fuck your wife as much as you want.
Yeah,
You don't have to pray. You don't have to pray to little baby Jesus. You don't have to pray to anybody. Just fuck your wife and come inside her and hope, and maybe you'll have a kid. Maybe you won't. As long as you're open to it, you're totally fine.
Yeah, like how does that
Jesus.
work, man? Like, do you release underneath the pillow and sleep over it at night?
don't.
And when you wake up, you take the baby and you put it in your wife's vagina.
Yeah, I mean that's how it works, man. I mean,
And then it grows like an oven. That's what they say to you. You got a bun in the oven.
Exactly. That's how Mary, Jesus' mom, got pregnant.
Yeah, that's what inspired them to make ovens. And they're just like
Yeah.
that idea. And they're like, oh, you know what? If we actually applied this to other stuff, we can cook food with it.
Yeah, and then of course
she
they
got-
got idea.
Yeah, Mary and Shmi Skywalker got pregnant the same way. The Force manipulated the midichlorians into creating a savior.
There we go.
Yeah, I think that was all invented by Ben Franklin too. So
Yeah.
just another thing America's good for.
All right, let's get back
And
on.
and Jerry Falwell just prayed for our deaths.
All right, guys, let's talk about Friday the 13th. We're just going to talk about the games. So let's talk about the movies. I'm a big fan of the idea of there's two different types of Friday the 13th, the Friday the 13th movies. There is okay. So here's the question: what is your favorite Friday the 13th movie, and what is your favorite Jason movie? Do we want to specify the difference between the two? So my opinion is the difference is a Friday the 13th movie it's just a good overall flick. No problems. It's a good 80s slasher movie with titties. I'm happy. A Jason movie is the movie sucks, the script sucks, the acting sucks, but Jason just does what he does best, man. So
What you're saying is a Jason movie is 4 through infinity, and Friday the 13th is 1, 2, and 3.
A lot of people disagree. I guess here, just to get you an idea, my favorite Friday the 13th movie is Part 4, the final chapter.
Oh.
My favorite Jason movie.
I was gonna say that one. Man.
You're gonna say that one? My favorite Jason movie, which in my opinion is the best because it's so fun, is Jason 8 Takes Manhattan.
Oh my god, I fucking hate the fact that you love Takes Manhattan. I hate that fucking movie so much.
Just wait. Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
I know the fans can't see. Check this out.
Give me some visual for the.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Wait. Let's go. Let me see it. Oh wow, you actually have a poster from that movie?
I have a poster for that movie, and then I also from the original.
It's actually a
3D poster.
And people wonder how he gets laid, let alone got married.
That's pretty cool, though. I like no, because that other one, the smaller one, you need to get that one framed, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
take care of your posters. Because I got a lot of these weird classic posters too. I show you this Evil Dead one that was from Taiwan.
Oh my. Oh,
that's
wow.
Not gonna be good for the podcast. Sorry, everyone. Maybe I'll just take a picture and throw it up there. But yeah, it's
Well, I've always admired your Metropolis poster.
Yeah, and you guys haven't seen the Nightmare Before Christmas one. This one is big. It's about 5 feet tall.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I had a Nightmare Before Christmas birthday for 5 years.
Yeah, it's like this is the like it's legit. It's a hard poster too.
Oh look at that one.
So I paid a crackhead $60 to steal it from a Star Theater.
Nice.
That's a true story.
That's what they're good for.
I even made up the plan for him to do it. I was like, this is how you do it, because there was a little time in my life where I loved stealing. And oh man, you know what? There was a Jason one actually.
Was there really?
Damn it! Now that I think about it, yeah, because there's a few ones that I saw that I actually like stood out and I wanted. This was one, The Nightmare Before Christmas, a Jurassic Park one, which was just plain and simple, beautiful black logo coming soon. It was great. And then an Aladdin one, but like the Disney Aladdin one where it was like just all the characters kind of like in the parade, the Sultan parade.
Yeah, I know that one. I've seen that one.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Very bright, very colorful, very it was really cool. And then there was a Friday the 13th, the original.
Well, Eric, what is your favorite Friday the 13th movie? Was it Part 4?
I like the final chapter. Yeah, I like it with Jason. As much as the Mrs. Voorhees part is cool. Like I do like it. And was it the leg scenes always kind of freaked me out? Was it remember when they went back? Was it Friday Part 2 where he was actually coming out of the water and grabbing people off the canoe and shit?
That was the first movie.
That was the first movie.
That was the only time that ever happened.
Yeah, that part scared the shit out of me. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you just go camping after that. You're just like, nah, I don't think I want to go in a canoe anymore. But because Jason's just gonna jump out with that stuff and pull me down in there. But no, I like mine. Hockey mask, Jason, straight up.
Okay.
And Friday the 13th was just the first one that I had seen. It was at cousin's house, and I just it held weight. You know, I thought that
Yeah.
it was just more like because the first two had a little more of a grittier feel as far as the work. So maybe it was the technology that kind of or the different lens that maybe helped out a bit from my experience. But
Or is it because the facts, and I'm sorry I'm the fat guy in this one, Sean S. Cunningham ripped off Halloween, and that's why the first two are just terrible quality.
yeah,
Because Sean Cunningham, the original director and writer of the first film, he wanted to make a ripoff of Bad News Bears, but he wanted to make it as a soccer picture.
yeah,
And the studio said, well, you look, you have to do something successful first. So you got to come up with something. You know what's really big right now? Horror films. So he watches Halloween and says, hey, wait a minute. Nobody's made a movie about Friday the 13th. I'm going to do that. And that's how he came up with Friday the 13th. And the original franchise was not supposed to be about Jason. It was supposed to be an anthology series, a different killer every
really.
movie. That was the original concept. Completely changed, and now we get what we get because if you really thoroughly think about it, the timeline of Friday the 13th makes no goddamn sense.
But that's all 80s horror film, if you think about it. They're not supposed to really make sense. You have a killer, you have your stereotypical characters, and they die in the order in which they're stereotyped. And, you know, and that's just the 80s horror genre. You know, and
Yeah.
that's why for me, like, Friday the 13th, the first one is beautifully done. You know, you never really know who the killer is. You're thinking about it, and then all of a sudden that you find out it's Mrs. Voorhees, the mom.
Who just
That
died this last year.
yeah, and that was sad. I think you and I were texting about it.
Yeah, it was
um,
sad.
but you know that, in my opinion, to answer that question, that's my favorite Friday the 13th horror film.
Okay.
My favorite Jason one, and you guys are gonna hate this, and the only reason I wanted to interject here on this is Freddy versus Jason.
I
That's not a
don't
bad
mind that.
pick.
I actually don't think that they're, as far as Jason movies go, like they're all enjoyable in their own way. Even Jason X. Sorry,
Yeah,
Jason X is
yeah, you're
awesome.
exactly right. I agree. I agree. They're
like
they're all thoroughly enjoyable in their own. If you just
like
take them for what they are, you can utterly enjoy them.
enjoy a super Jason in space when you can.
Yeah,
Come on.
You know,
Uber Jason, that's
you
just
know,
amazing.
you liked the Super Shredder. You're gonna like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Super Shredder.
That's a good comparison because that's pretty much what it is. It's Super Shredder.
That's really
I'll
what
tell you.
it looked like. That's what Super Shredder would look like if he actually survived that dock falling on him
Yeah.
into. Like,
Yeah. Well, I tell you this. So the one that doesn't get a lot of hype actually is Part 8 because that's the one that a lot of people hate. And that's actually the movie that killed the franchise. Takes Manhattan, killed the franchise, and I
Well,
love
because
that
the
one a lot.
sewers are filled with molten nuclear slime.
That wasn't okay. All right, so let's talk about why I like Part 8. Part
Oh
8
my
is
god.
Part 8 is the most ridiculous film you'll ever see in your life. Let's just talk about geography for a second. Let's try to be realistic for 1 second here. Camp Crystal Lake takes place throughout all 7 films in New Jersey. One more time. Camp Crystal Lake takes place in New Jersey.
mm,
In Part 8, they board a cruise ship from Camp Crystal Lake, which is a pond lake thing. It's not connected to any major body of water. And first of all, a cruise ship cannot fit into a small lake like that, but let's just go with it. And they take a cruise ship from New Jersey to Manhattan. It makes no fucking sense
Well, Jordan, correct me
whatsoever.
on this. I thought it was. I thought it was, and I could be wrong because I was wrong about Tom Savini. But I could be wrong about a lot of things. I thought it was like this, like a yacht, this
No,
high school prom yacht. Was I wrong? Am I
no.
wrong about that?
It
Okay.
was a high school cruise ship from
Okay.
New
All right.
Jersey to New York.
Oh my god.
And here's the funny thing. It says Jason takes Manhattan, but he doesn't actually do anything until the last 15 minutes. He kills kids on the ship. The whole movie takes place on the ship, which makes no sense. But the original screenplay, which I own, is amazing. And to the fans that are listening, to you guys, tell me you want to see this movie. because they just didn't have the budget. The original concept was 30 minutes on the ship and the last hour in New York. Jason was going to climb the Empire State Building
Nice.
and kill a kid on the top and throw him over. He was going to kill a kid in the Statue of Liberty's head.
Nice.
He was going to go on a Broadway show of Cats and murder the cast and the kids.
He's just hitting all the touristy spots. See, that's your problem, Jason. Traffic's going to be horrible. There's going to be crowds everywhere. Everyone's going to see you.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, all they had the budget for was Times Square, which is just ridiculous. But
And he's in it for 10 seconds in Times Square. You just see him in his like knife, and then he just walks away.
well, of course, he lifts up his Max when he kicks some kid's
Yeah.
boombox. Hey, motherfucker! And then he lifts up
Yeah,
Max.
yeah. They go for the scare
It is-
factor.
I have defended this movie for years. It is a terrible movie. I've never said this movie's great. But if you have 7 to 10 beers in you and you're with your buddies and maybe a few, if you're smoking the devil's lettuce, then maybe it is the greatest thing ever. It
The
is
devil's
so much
lettuce.
fun. The devil's lettuce.
I'm trying to think which one maybe have been the... I don't know. Because I like Jason Goes to Hell, too. That one was actually one of my
Oh,
first
That
ones
was
I
a good one too. That yeah, that's
well,
a
because
good one.
I actually had the mask from that one. I actually had like the plated mask. Yeah, I went for Halloween on that one. That one was really cool. I loved that mask a lot. But that one was. I remember as a kid, I tried to convince my dad because it had just come out, and I was just I was a young kid, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, we should get to rent this." And he's just like, I don't know about that, Eric. And I remember looking in the back, I'm like, oh, we should, because I wasn't allowed to watch R-rated movies. I was like, oh, good. It says unrated at the back, Dad. See, it doesn't matter. That means
Yeah.
we can watch it. It's not R-rated.
Smart move, Eric. No, actually, guys, to be honest with you, that's my least favorite one out of the whole franchise. That one is terrible. It fucks up the mythology.
It kind of rips off from Halloween and the Michael Myers thing because that's when, and that one I remember, that's when the bounty hunter then started saying like, oh, well, I found out, everybody, that the only real way to kill Jason Voorhees is if a bloodline member is the one that kills him.
Yes, and then Jason was transferring bodies by kissing face with other people, by transporting
The possession thing, yeah.
Now, it had a great kill. It had one of the best kills, which we got to talk about, the kills in this franchise. One of the best kills in the franchise, though, was in Part 9, when the guy and girl were fucking in the tent, and she was on top, and the black guy, who was supposed to be Jason, stabs her through with a road sign and splits her up.
Nice.
That was an amazing kill.
Well,
And
my favorite one is still when Kevin Bacon gets stabbed from underneath the
mattress kill, baby.
Oh, that's weak, Saw. Oh, that's weak.
I love that kill. For the time, it was 1980.
Yeah,
it was 1980.
Really cool, man. Mattress kill was pretty cool.
Oh, come on. Nothing beats the wheelchair with the machete in the face going down the stairs. Come on, Jason killed the guy with no legs, man.
Okay, that was true. Which one was that? Well, I remember that kill, but I don't remember which movie that was.
2.
Well,
Okay.
The Freddy kill scene was pretty cool when Freddy was brought back.
Oh?
And remember that part where they lock eye socket, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
And Jason's
That was
just like, whoa! But, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so explain to everyone who maybe has a question of this. What is Jason's motivation to just constantly kill? I know revenge is such a cop out way to say it, but there's got to be some reason why Jason goes around just fueled by murder.
It was established in Part 2, and I watched it this week to prepare for the podcast, that Jason doesn't kill just to kill. Jason is a little hermit that we find out in number 2, living in a little shack. He kills when people are around his territory, around Camp Crystal Lake. He doesn't seek out anybody. He wants to kill the kids because he wants to finish the work that his mother tried to complete, which is nobody was watching Jason when he drowned. All they were doing is having sex and smoking the devil's lettuce. So I'm going to say that every time now because it's funny. So that's why. He literally, Eric, I'm sorry, buddy, to burst your bubble. That's his M.O. You come around my backyard, I'm going to kill you. That's just the way it is. That's his M.O.,
Better than
man.
Michael Myers, that's fine. It's like...
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to it. But
There doesn't need to be. You know, That's just how it is. It's how it
Yeah.
is for all the other movies.
Well, see, the thing is that Jason has always been confused as a zombie, and one of the greatest people to ever play Jason, Kane Hodder, but he's the one who actually started it. Jason in part 2, 3, and 4 ran after all of his victims. He never walked and somehow they turned a corner and he was there randomly. He always ran after his victims. He always got punched in the gut or stabbed or whatever. Part 5 is when they changed it. In part 5, Jason wasn't in it, if you guys remember that one. Part 5, it was an imposter. And also in part 5, if you guys want to watch it, part 5 has been awarded the best titties in the whole franchise.
Nice.
So you guys should check that out. Because the guy who directed part 5 is a porn director.
Oh, good for him.
Oh.
Never done anything at all besides, never done nothing else but porn his whole career until this movie. So he got a bunch of porn stars. And this girl has bigger than D's. God bless her. She's very smart.
Well,
Very,
good.
very smart.
Excellent casting then.
Oh, yeah, I would think so. Well, 3's always been my favorite. 3's when it's in 3D. I own the 3D print, and you will have the worst headache in the history of headaches after watching that movie in 3D. It is terrible. There's no depth of feel. You get yo-yos sticking out at you. You get baseball bats sticking out at you. Ironically, no weapons come at you, which is weird. That one's okay. I like that one a lot. 5 is not that great. 6 is the first one I watched. 6 was borderline PG-13. No titties, no swearing, just Jason killing people. And that was the first one, only one where there's kids involved as well, if you guys remember that one.
Man, you no, I don't remember that one.
He's a
I have not
walking.
I've not
He's
seen
a
all of them
walking
either.
timeline of this series.
Yeah, I've not seen all of them either. So I mean, there's plenty that I am missing.
Well, then you got to see part 7 when it's Jason versus Carrie.
Jason versus
What?
Carrie. I think. I mean, a lot of them. I might be missing like 5, 6, and 7. Then.
Yes, 7's a new. 7's called Friday 13th Part 7, The New Blood, and it's a blonde girl with telekinesis.
Oh, I remember this now. She finds out that she can use the Force kind of like Ray did, just randomly.
Yep.
Yeah, oh my God! When
Oh,
you
yeah.
confused me when you said Carrie, it's like, okay, now I remember. I totally remember now.
Well, that was the original title. Was Jason versus Carrie, and of course Paramount was like, "No, we'll get sued." So
Yeah.
they just called it The New Blood. Okay, look, we got a lot of kills. We got a lot of great storylines with it. But okay, so this makes no sense. If you guys don't know this, Friday the 13th, Part 2, 3, and 4 all happen in a span of a week. Did you guys know that?
No. Where did
No.
you hear that?
No, I didn't. It's from the movies. Friday the 13th, Part 1 actually happens in 1979. Okay? Part 2 takes place 5 years later, which would be 1984. Okay? But the movie came out in 1981. Anywho. So it's 1984, and the movie, excuse me, the movie
You just
ends.
barf. He just totally just barf.
Sorry, I've been drinking. The movie Part 2 ends on Friday the 13th, which is the day Friday the 13th. Part 3 starts right after Part 2, and it takes place on the 14th and the 15th. Part 4 starts right after 3, and it takes place on the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th.
Well, I guess that
It-
makes sense. I mean,
Yeah, it all happens.
this-
I mean, while he was right before he started to tell that story, I had a timeline here, and I'm just reading it as he's talking, and he's fucking right. I'm reading it off the internet, and he's just going from rote memory.
No, I mean it makes sense, especially just because I mean, it's Jason. You gotta act quick, man. Like
Yeah.
Got to. Now, do we know the movie where he got his hockey mask? Do we know when that happened?
Is that
You guys know?
No, is it Part 3?
I don't remember.
It was Part 3. Do you guys know how he got his mask in real life?
No.
No.
From
No,
the from the
go
set
ahead.
decorator.
Oh, like a movie thing.
Yeah,
Like-
a movie
like
thing. Yeah,
movie knowledge.
yeah, because Steve
like the
Miner.
legend. No, I didn't realize because like in the new Friday the 13th and Michael Bay one, or produced by Michael Bay.
Yeah.
That's what people say Michael Bay. But anyway, and then the newer one, whatever, it's just that he just was walking around and was just like, oh, look, a mask, I'm just going to go ahead and wear this. You know?
Yeah.
This
Well,
happens to be lying around.
Well, because in part 2 he had the sack on his head. He had a potato sack, and in part
Yeah.
3, Steve Miner, who directed 2 and 3, and you guys should know Steve Miner. He directed Halloween H2O, which was a great film in itself.
I agree.
Anyway, the set decorator was trying to figure out what the hell they were going to do for his mask. We can't do a potato sack anymore, and the set decorator is from Detroit.
What up?
And he loves the Detroit Red Wings. And in his bag, he had a Detroit Red Wings goalie mask. He was like, put this on him. Fuck it. And that's how we got it.
Just another reason why the Detroit Red Wings are the greatest hockey team.
Rangers. Oh, God. I'm
I
sorry.
think we have a 24 or something years coming up for consistently being in playoffs.
Yeah, well, New York Rangers. What are you going to do?
I'm not even going to weigh in on this because I live in Penguins country.
Hey, they're not bad. They did something like 20 years ago. It's
Fuck
okay.
Crosby.
Hey, it's okay. As long as you're not an Islanders fan, it doesn't matter. That's not even a team.
Anyway.
Anywho. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I know it's just me and my knowledge of Friday the 13th. This is something for fans, and oh god, I'm geeking over this shit. But anyway,
Are they gonna make a new one at all? I mean, like
yes,
they
yes.
have to be, right? I mean, the last one obviously did very well.
Yeah. So what happened was when the Michael Bay remake came out in 2009, which was fucking just terrible, but it was also fun when
Whatever,
because,
it was fun. Everyone, you knew the moment you're going into that theater what was gonna happen. You already knew what was happening. You already knew what you signed up for when you paid for the ticket. You were voting to just see a dumb slasher flick with Jason in it, and everything's just gonna be updated and modern, and it's gonna stick to the formula, and that's what it is.
He's exactly right.
It's exactly
what,
it is,
Eric?
dude.
I will agree with you on that because when I first saw it in theaters, I was disappointed because I was like, "Oh God, this is terrible. He has underground tunnels. Oh, this is stupid." Blah blah blah. I like Derek Mears, the guy who played Jason. He was brutal as fuck. Now, as the movie is now 10 years old, almost, almost 8 years old, I grew to love it because it's a stereotype, especially that long blonde hair kid.
Yeah. Typical prep fucking
And
rich
his
boy.
lines in that movie's amazing. Your tits are stupendous. You have perfect nipple placement. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that to Gina now just to say, "Oh, baby, you have perfect nipple placement. It's a wonderful thing."
But it's only what it was. That you already knew that you saw some hot tits there, and you go, I already know whose tits I'm going to be seeing. I know it. They had the drugs. They had the party. Everyone fit the role, and it was that's why other movies like Cabin in the Woods kind of shine on that because it just plays off of that, But it's still slasher movies do so damn well, and we're gonna see more and more of them. And it's great that you have different genres. It's like serial killer, monster, or like these types of characters,
Absolutely. Well, okay. So, to answer your question.
Whodunits were
Oh God, whodunit?
Were very popular for a while. Screams. I still know what you did last summer.
Oh, God bless Scream. The first one. Okay, so to answer your question there, Eric, what happened was in 2007, Paramount lost the rights to Friday the 13th. So Platinum Dunes bought it, which is Michael Bay's production company. They made the remake in 2009. They were in contract to do another one by 2011, which was going to be Friday the 13th Part 2 in the snow.
Nice.
Which was going to be awesome. Well, they didn't make the movie, so they lost the rights. Friday the 13th was laid dormant for a year. Paramount bought it in 2014 to make it again. It was going to be a POV found footage slasher movie this time around. They wrote the script for it. They were getting ready for casting, but Paramount decided to scrap it.
That shit is becoming more and more popular too. POV or the found footage type stuff.
Yeah. Not for Friday the 13th though.
No, but that's just like you could see almost like these trends in movies, and it's really kind of fun to see kind of this evolution. I mean, because you'll have like these lower budget or just kind of these one time shiners. You said you saw Unfriended, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
your review that's on the
yeah,
website? I mean, but isn't that's very much kind of like a modern take on kind of the footage or the
yeah,
POV type thing, where it's
yeah.
very personal that they try to get.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Paranormal Activity was one that did it. Blair Witch, obviously, we know that one.
Oh, speaking of which, I
There's
gotta
a
watch
few
the new
other
one.
there's a few other possession ones.
Yeah.
Devil's Due, I think, was one.
Well, also the Taking of Deborah Logan, which I suggest you guys watching.
The Taking of,
I did watch that. I did watch that, Jordan, and you and I talked about
Oh
that
yeah, that's
movie.
right. You did watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that movie at length. I love found footage movies. I think they're some of the best. It's one of the best sort of reinventions of the film of film in the longest time, because like when you watch a movie, you want to be a part of it. You want to think you're in there, and then you watch it. Now, you get some people who watch Blair Witch and are like, okay, that movie makes me sick. Well, it makes you sick because you're taking yourself too far into it. But like a movie like the Taking of Deborah Logan, I think was brilliant. Cloverfield, I fucking loved. It just in the art of filmmaking in that respect, I think is beautiful.
you can do
Okay. Well.
other
Oh,
haunted films are VHS is another one. Record
Record.
is another one. These are very very popular in like the found footage category.
Okay. Well. Okay. So to go on that, would found footage be a good next part for Friday the 13th? Should Friday the 13th go found footage?
If they can make it work. Like the one thing that these movies, the reason why they are actually considered good in a lot of people's opinions, or just better by standard, is because they took that idea, the found footage of the POV, and they added a particular twist to it.
Uh huh.
So they added
Okay.
their flavor to it. If you are rebooting it with Friday the 13th, you know two things off the bat. One, that it's going to be a gimmick. You're playing into something that's already been done because you are an old business. You are an established character. You're going back and you're playing into what everyone else is doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, and the other part is that you'd have to add your Friday the 13th twist to it.
Which
Yeah.
would be okay. What would our twist be? Would you want to see a found footage with Mrs. Voorhees, or do you have to see Jason in this?
Well, yeah, I guess it all would determine on the story and what time period. Because if it's still going to be in the '80s, then you really can't have too much security footage. Then can you? Because
Well, they
cameras
did
don't
it in
really.
Paranormal Activity 3.
Yeah,
They could do it.
that they had a semi decent excuse for that, where the guy's career was a wedding photographer or something like that, which I think is like the only way that they could that barely is passable. It was actually okay.
It was okay. I actually dig that one a lot.
But I don't know how they would do it. Like it had to be updated and modern, that's for sure. It had to go into the old, play into the legend. Hey, did you guys hear about?
Yeah.
Who lives around this part in Crystal Lake? Oh man, I heard that there's a serial killer. There's an old hermit who lives up here, or something like that.
At this point, though, like people have forgotten, other than horror film lovers, that Mrs. Voorhees was the killer.
Yes.
So it would have to be all Jason. Now, if you wanted to add an homage to it, you could put like it was both of them. Like like she was the one that was the teacher of him or something like that. You could add that to it, an idea for updating it. But I think you'd have to make him the killer.
This is what they need to do. And I can't believe I'm saying this on air because somebody's going to steal my idea. Eric and Ed, I have over 800 pages of a Friday the 13th TV show that has never been done ever. And a story that's never been told ever. And I want to make it. It's just going to cost me millions and millions of dollars. But this is what they should do. My story is called Pamela, and it's about Mrs. Voorhees before she had Jason and what happened. And the end of the series is her giving birth to Jason.
not a bad
That's what
idea
has.
because we've not seen that before.
We
Well,
have not.
but let me ask you this: doesn't the whole series itself revolves around the fact that these kids let him die, let her mentally challenged son die? Wouldn't you have to have that be a major aspect of it?
That'll be at the end because we don't know nothing about Mrs. Voorhees besides the only thing we know about Mrs. Voorhees and this whole franchise is she used to work at the camp as a cook. And she was cooking dinner for the counselors, and the counselors were supposed to watch Jason when he went swimming. They went to the woods to fornicate,
Mm-hmm.
and he drowned. That's all we know of Mrs. Voorhees. There's no backstory at all. So
Okay.
and then we find out in part 6 that Jason's father's name, and it's Eli. Eli Voorhees is the name of Jason's father. That's in passing. So we all know Crazy Ralph from the first 2 movies, right? The old guy. You're doomed. It's a death
Oh
curse.
my god.
So here was my idea for the writing of it, my little fan-made script. Why does Crazy Ralph know this? This TV series needs to be done like The Walking Dead, where it's like Mrs. Voorhees, well, Pamela, her name's not Mrs. Voorhees at the point. Her parents own the camp, and she works at the camp as a 14-year-old girl. She gets pregnant by Eli Voorhees. I'm sorry, not Eli. I'm sorry, Elias. That's his name, Elias Voorhees. She gets
Very
pregnant
Children
by
of the Corn, by the way.
yeah, she gets pregnant by Elias, and her family shuns her essentially. So she goes and lives at the camp, and that's when she befriends Ralph, and he becomes kind of like her father figure, and she's pregnant with Jason. That's what the whole series should be about, is knowing all about this. And at
Makes
the end of
sense.
the series, have Jason born and Jason drown, and boom, go right into part 1. That would be great.
You could, expand a little bit more on that too. I think it's
There's
untapped
yeah.
resource there.
No, it's never been done before, and I would love to do that, but again, it's 800 pages that I penciled together over years, and I'm not going to do this whole show over my idea. However, though, they need to do another one. If they do another one, it will be 13 of them, which just makes sense, and then they stop. Friday the 13th, 13 films. Makes sense. They got to do it.
Yeah.
But
Well, you never know.
Now that that one makes, a couple hundred million.
Part 9 made 900 million, and they haven't. I'm not part 9. 2009 remake made 900 million, and they haven't done one since. That's a lot of money.
Hold on, let me think. I don't think that box office. No, 90. So budget was
90. I'm sorry, 90 mil. Yeah, 90.
no, but
sorry.
still, okay. So the budget was 19 million, and pretty good. Yeah, 19 million, and the box office was at 91 million.
That's pretty goddamn good.
No, that's a good paycheck right there.
That's a very good paycheck. So, okay, guys, here's a good question for you. With Jason in the ranking, where does he rank in slasher movie icons? Is he top 5? Top 2? Like, where does he rank? What would you guys say?
I think I'm going to have to put him... I mean, he's in the top 3, don't get me wrong. I mean, Jason, Michael Myers... Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger. I kind of like the idea of Freddy Krueger more than I like Jason or Michael Myers. And I know you hate it. And the reason I like Freddy Krueger a little better is because he can attack you from your dreams. Like, all he has to do is like Jason. If you could just run really fast and not trip and not be a slut or a jock, you're fine. Same thing with Michael Myers. As long as you're not a member of his family or you're not a jock or a slut. Freddy didn't give a shit, and he had these quips. He would just bite at your soul when he would just have these little quips, just talking shit.
He got creative too.
He
God
did
damn,
too.
Those kills were very, very creative.
Yeah, I would say of the 3 major slasher characters. Now Pinhead in there too, but Pinhead's
you can't say 3 major because there are so many other major characters like that people identify with. People, and still to this day. Leprechaun. You guys know Leprechaun, and that one is
God, yeah.
Leprechaun. Leprechaun in the Hood is one of my favorite horror films of all time.
Can I tell you something about Leprechaun? Real quick, I'll shut up. Jennifer Aniston's first movie ever, Leprechaun 1.
Yeah. looking great
Yeah.
too. But
Well,
Anyway, continue.
my favorite horror, the quote of all time is from Leprechaun in the Hood. A friend with weed is a friend indeed, but a friend with gold is the best, I'm told.
yeah,
Like that's a beautiful fucking line. But of the major three, everybody thinks of Freddy, Michael Myers, and Jason. Jason's third for me.
Oh, Ed.
Jason's third for me.
All right.
it's
All
rough to
right.
say because I as much as I like Jason, but he didn't come around until late because it was Mrs. Voorhees, and she was still late to the game because Halloween was the first one. Michael Myers set precedents.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that I mean he wasn't. It's not like he was the first slasher flick, but as far as a long established ongoing franchise that that just kept on going. Jesus. And, it's still referenced to this day is pretty cool.
Paul Rudd's first movie.
Yeah. And I just think that, I don't know, because the hockey mask is so iconic, though. Like, that's the other part of it, too, is that, top 5, then. I would say top 5, for sure. Like, undoubtedly, Jason.
You see, for me, it's of course we all know my answer is number 1. Number 2 is Michael. Number 3 is Freddy. But if we go with those 3, but also like you said, Eric, we're forgetting some Godfathers. We're forgetting Norman Bates. We're forgetting.
Well, we're just talking about these three because
Not
Okay.
not a horror, but we'll go like just slasher, pretty much.
What- Yeah, but a lot of people argue that the original Psycho was the Godfather of slasher, though.
Sure,
People have said
sure,
that, so.
and I won't hold them to that at all. I mean, I would put Norman Bates on that list if somebody wanted to, because he is textbook creepy as shit too. That guy's got psycho ass issues too, and
yeah, he's the most psychologically fucked up of all the characters that have been created in that genre.
And that TV show is a good one to watch too. Like
Bates, Bates Motel. Oh yeah,
That's a good show. Great show.
So you could definitely put on that list. Let's see, Michael Myers, Jason, who else? Freddy. Yeah, I mean,
Chucky, we're forgetting Chucky.
hey, see, the other one's Chucky.
yeah.
And Ed, you did say Pinhead.
Pinhead.
Which I gotta admit to, I never seen any Hellraiser movies until just in 2015 when all of them were released on Netflix, and I watched them all and I was like, yeah, they suck.
Or Crypt Keeper.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
good one, Eric.
See, like a lot of them.
Great one. That was a good one.
Crypt Keeper's the shit.
Which, by the way, Guillermo del Toro is remaking a show of that. By the way.
Wonderful.
Is he really?
I don't care because any show like that I have always been a fan of. For I have been called out many times. I told you guys I think that on New Year's I just love binge watching Twilight Zone. Fucking my favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I get shit for it all the time. I'm like, you guys don't even appreciate this shit. Sit down, watch it. Learn some morals through the Twilight Zone.
There's something on the wing. Something on the wing.
I think John Lithgow did a much better job of that than William Shatner. I owned the movie on DVD, and yeah, R.I.P. Vic Morrow, I guess. But I like that. I love that movie a lot.
So here's towards
kid-
the end of my
that kid
questions.
fucked up,
But this
man.
is a great question for you guys. I thought about this.
Wait, Children of the Corn. Like I said before, that's another.
Well, Children of the Corn's a great one. Lyndall Hamilton's in that one too.
See.
That's a good one. Okay, guys, here's a good question for you. This is towards the end of my questions. Are we sad that there is not the iconic serial killer slasher icons today like there was back in the 80s when we were growing up? There is no Jason, Michael, Freddy. Today we have...
We have remakes. We have remakes today. That's all we have.
No,
that's
we
not
don't.
true
No, we
at all.
don't.
No, stop that. You have
The
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw puppet. The Paranormal Activity ghost person thing, whatever that is.
Yeah,
No,
Paranormal
that-
Activity spirits.
Jigsaw's legitimate, but the Paranormal Activity ghost thing is
No.
bullshit.
Who's the Sinister one?
I don't know the Sinister one.
Okay, Sinister has 3 movies now. And,
Does it?
Yeah, and so that keeps it going. And I need to look it up. But it's like a spirit or some sort of evil tormented demon or something like that. But yeah,
Okay.
that's a theme. That's a character for that franchise is pretty much what it is.
Okay, fine. How about this? I will retract my statement.
I
Do
mean,
you feel that these new generation slasher villains are on the same level as the ones that we had when we were growing up?
Not even close.
no, certainly
Not
not.
let's just go to the lesser known characters from the 80s, like fucking Cujo, okay? Or you know, like Damien from
Jaws.
the 70s, Jaws, Damien from the Omen.
Yeah.
Um, you know, what the fuck's his name? I mean, okay, the only one in my opinion that holds a okay, you got Jigsaw, and then from the 90s, what the fuck they call the guy from Screams?
Ghostface.
Yeah.
Ghostface,
Ghostface.
and then kind of sort of Candyman maybe, but none of them hold a candle to these guys from the 80s. Now, if you want to go way back and you want to say Dracula or The Thing or what was his name from the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, you want to go all the way back there, that's a different story. But from our childhood, I mean, Candyman was the first one that I was ever introduced to horror movie wise, and that never did it for me. It wasn't until these kinds of series, the Friday the 13th, Michael Myers, and Nightmare on Elm Street series, that I got into horror. Nothing today, like Jigsaw. Okay, you want to play a game, and he makes people do some fucked up shit, and that doctor from Human Centipede is fucked up. But it's
Oh.
but today it's more about like they're really fucked up. There's a something wrong with them to where they're manipulating situations and they're sewing people's mouths to their assholes.
They're
Like
human.
right.
They can be killed.
Whereas the characters we grew up with, Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, they were demonic. You tried to kill them. Jason, no matter what movie he was in, and no matter whenever it's in, like the idea that he's just soaking wet because he's a drowned, mentally challenged child, you know, or Freddy Krueger, who's a fucking demon who haunts your dreams,
Ah, Captain
or
Spaulding. How about that one?
No, House of Thousand Corpses.
yeah,
Good one.
that's a good. Those are so well done. Rob Zombie's a fucking brilliant horror filmmaker.
Yeah,
Devil's Rejects.
he did the new Halloween too.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not
And
a
I thought
fan
he
of.
I thought he did that movie justice.
Yeah,
I love his idea of Michael Myers in those.
No. This is not a no. Okay, I'm gonna argue on this one. I'm gonna piss now. No. What makes Michael Myers scary is in the first Halloween movie, he is white suburbia. Nothing bad happens in white suburbia. There is no reason. There is no MO. The kid just fucking snaps. In Rob Zombie's world, he is white trailer trash that kills rats, that has a stepdad that's a mom's a stripper, and every single word that comes out of their mouth is fuck. And it doesn't make him scary.
It makes it makes perfect sense, bro.
It
That
doesn't
makes
make him
perfect.
scary.
No, it makes perfect sense that kind of person. You have no idea who his dad is. The fucking horror midichlorians created him. Okay, you have no idea who this guy's dad is because obviously he's a giant, and his mom, and then his stepdad, who I can't remember the actor's name, but he's a really good actor. He's been in quite a few things, and I really like his work. But like he just fucking kills him because he flips because the kid's mentally challenged, kind of sort of. He's socially awkward, and he just flips a switch, and then all of a sudden he's gone, and it creates the story. I like that actually gives you the backstory. I think it's beautiful.
That Danny Trejo kill scene was rough. It was a pretty hard one, man.
Because he was like, listen, Mikey, you know me, don't do this, Mikey.
I was good to you, Mikey.
Yeah.
Oh, man, heartbreaking.
Yeah. Oh
Look,
my God,
I'm
he
not
still
gonna-
fucking kills him.
I'm not going to disagree that there's a lot of great kills in the Rob Zombie remake, but my only statement is, and I'll make it a little bit more clear, what I liked about the original Halloween was Michael Myers was a kid that just snapped. We had no reason The movie opens up with him putting on a mask and killing his sister. There's no reason. That's what's scary. He's your next door neighbor. He's the kid that your kids played with. He's the kid next door, next to you in science class, and he just went batshit crazy. The remake gave him all of these MOs to be crazy, and it didn't make it scary. It wasn't. You know, it
I
was a
agree.
redneck
I agree
family.
with that. I will agree and concede that point that it doesn't make it scary. What makes it scary is the realism combined with the fact that we already have a known story. Like we know where this is going to go.
Yeah,
For,
yeah,
minus season of the witch. Minus season of the witch.
that's amazing.
but we in Jordan, you and I have had this conversation. You know that Halloween is my favorite horror series. I fucking love Halloween.
I don't know why you
Okay.
would, because you got part 6 with Paul Rudd, God bless him.
But I just think the idea, like you had said, white suburbia, where nothing bad ever happens, and the same MO that everybody else has, except for the fact that he just goes to the dark side. Like we now know the backstory, but before then, it's just like you had said. He just goes to the dark side. He's just gone. He's just there, and he just kills fucking people. He's trying to end his family lineage. He's trying to make himself like his family's so fucked up. He wants to end every bloodline to his family. That's why I like him.
Yeah, but then also you would argue, though, that Jason's just the same, though, because Jason's only MO is you come around my backyard, I'm going to kill you. I mean, that's why Jason, I think, is a better overall character, because to me, he's more menacing, he's more crazy, he has better kills. Michael Myers doesn't have really great inventive kills after the first two.
And
And
that's true, but to argue that point, if that were the case, if Jason's just a hermit and and he's not gonna he only kills you if you go in his backyard and whatever, then why the fuck would anybody go near Camp Crystal Lake other than to be fucking idiots?
why do kids
Michael
smoke the
Myers. The
devil's
reason Michael
lettuce?
Myers.
Because nothing's wrong going to
The
happen.
reason Michael Myers is so scary is because it could happen anywhere.
Oh,
You're in
kids do
white
it all the
suburb. You're
time.
just.
Oh, Ed, your point is not valid. Eric, you'll agree with me
Oh
on
my
this.
God.
You cannot say that, because this is why you can't say that. And Eric, after this, I'll shut up. I'm sorry. You can't say that kids won't go into Camp Crystal Lake because of Jason, because if that's the truth, then kids would say, hey, wait a minute. If I fuck this bitch without a condom, I could get the AIDS. And they still do it.
You're adding 2 plus 2 and getting potato. That's not, it's apples and oranges you're comparing, bro.
Eric, I'll shut up. Go ahead, buddy. What's your argument? I'm sorry, buddy.
No. I guess the one thing that I'd have to say about it is that Halloween. I think it did hold a lot more weight just for that simple reason that it was white suburbia, and it was a normal night like any other night on Halloween night, and you're walking to and from school like you normally do. There's not a care in the world. I'm going. Guess what I'm doing tonight? I'm going to a Halloween party. No, I'm just gonna stay in and do trick or treats tonight. Jamie Lee Curtis, and then shit starts happening, like that's messed up. Where going to location rather than being at your location is not going to hold the same weight. When you are going somewhere, it's already scary. It's already new. I don't know where anything is, type thing.
Okay.
But when you're in the safety and the confines of your own house, and like it's like the people all around you, it's your everyday routine that's getting fucked up, then it's a bit more creepy. That one corner that you drive by all the time, or that one view you see out your window, if you just see fucking Mike Myers just kind of standing there, who's gonna be a scarier thing? That if you were to look out your window right now, if you saw Jason standing there or Michael Myers, like I think that I would move a little bit faster if it was Mike Myers.
Well, I
Jason
think we
would be
all
like,
know my answer.
Jason would be like, what the fuck is that guy doing? This ain't Crystal Lake, Jason. What are you doing?
Good point. That's a hell of a great point. Look, I think the '80s deserves all three of these guys we were talking to. I personally just feel Jason's better. I have more fun watching his movies, but I do agree with you on Ed and Eric. I don't know if you said it too. If you do, I agree with you to do that. That Nightmare on Elm Street does have better kills. I mean that's definitely
He blew up
a given.
those girls' cheeks that one kill.
Yes, when he turned into a cockroach.
That was amazing.
That was part 4.
And he kills
Edward.
Johnny Depp,
In
which,
part
even
one.
though Johnny Depp's one of my favorite actors, it's hard to do because he totally, like, it's one of the better kills in the whole franchise. When, he just fucking, like, he just kills him. You
Eric,
know what I mean?
do me a favor. I wanted to end this with you guys to show you how much of a fucking nerd I am. Can you please pull up Nightmare on Elm Street film series when you get a chance? And Edward, I'm going to do this for all three. Maybe not. You guys can stop me because we can end the show on this one. Edward, ask me when he pulls it up to name all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies in order with titles.
Can you?
I don't know. Can I? This will be interesting.
All right.
Hang on.
Here we
Eric.
go. I'm ready
Okay.
when you are.
All right. So the first one came out in 1984, and that's Nightmare on Elm Street. Second one was 1985, A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. Well, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. The second one came on. Third one came out in 1987, which is Nightmare on Elm Street: The Dream Warriors. Next one came out in '88, I believe, which was The Dream Master.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth one. The next one came out in '89, which was The Dream Child. The next one was 1991, Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. The next one was 1994, which was Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And then the last one was 2004 with the Freddy vs. Jason remake. I mean, movie.
2003.
You were close.
I was
You were close.
I was close?
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Freddy vs. Jason was 2003, and then they had another one 2000, the Michael Bay one.
Oh, okay. The Michael Bay remake.
But
okay.
but your buddy Sean Cunningham, had he was the producer of was Freddy vs. Jason?
Well, he had to be because he owned the rights to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Friday 13th series, and Edward, I'm gonna fuck you right there with Halloween. I'm gonna freak you out. But Friday 13th is Part 1, Part 2, 3 in 3D, 4 is the final chapter, 5 is the new beginning, 6 is Jason Lives, 7 is the New Blood, 8 is Takes Manhattan, 9 is the Final Friday, and then we have Freddy vs. Jason, and then the remake. Oh, I'm sorry, Jason X came out after number 9, and then the Freddy vs. Jason remake.
Did you remember Jason Lives?
Jason Lives was number 6, New Blood was number 7, Takes Manhattan was number 8, number 9 was the Final Friday, number 10 was Jason X, and the remake.
Yep.
Now,
There you go.
Edward, this is the last thing, and I'm done with my nerdum. You say that you're a Halloween fan. I can name all of the fucking movies, all the Halloween movies.
I certainly hope so. I can't.
It is Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. 5 is Revenge. 6 is Curse. Then it's Halloween H2O.
Yep.
Then it's Resurrection.
Busta
And then
Rhymes.
the 2 remakes. Busta
Yep.
Rhymes and Tyra
There you go.
Banks. So, officially to the fans and to you guys, I am the biggest fucking nerd in the history of this planet.
No, you are a horror film nerd. I absolutely concede that point.
I have all these movies, by the way. I'm just saying. Every single one.
All right,
Every-
so let's go in order here, Jordan. We already know what your answer is going to be, but let's go ahead and just hear it out.
All right.
What do you think of them? What do you think of the series?
Overall, the series deserves. Oh my God! What's the ranking again? It's it's
Own It.
own it, see it, stream it, and don't bother. Right?
Don't bother. Yes.
Okay. Let's be realistic here. Stream it. I mean, stream it honestly, because this day and age, these kids are not going to be scared by any of these movies. I know I'm going to show my kid these movies. He's going to smack me and say, "What the fuck is this?" But I say stream it because if you definitely want to check these out, it's something to watch. I would say watch 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then really after that, if you're a fan, watch the other ones. But if you're not, then screw it. It's something that's not for you. But I do say watch the Friday 13th TV show, which has nothing to do with it. But yeah, I mean, like it's a overall. I think Friday 13th is a good series for me. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people are going to love it. as much as I do or the other people that I know. So stream it for me. Ed, what about you?
Well, obviously the first one is my favorite, like we had said. So that one specifically is definitely an own. All the way up 2, 3, and then through the New Blood. I would definitely, you know what? I don't personally own them, but I would recommend highly that you at least see them. Maybe if you like the series more than I do, then own them. Definitely, it's definitely worth the money, no matter what. Little whether a couple, probably $10 a pop. After that, there's no need to see any of these films other than to say that you saw them. The remake is what it is. I actually do own the remake because it was in the $5 bin at Walmart,
Oh,
and
you
it
go
was.
shut up, sir.
No, I do own the remake because it was in the $5 bin, and I was probably taking part in some kind of intoxicating device, and I do own the remake. You should definitely at least watch the remakes, stream them. That being said, you have to at least watch every single one of these movies if you have any enjoyment out of horror movies. Therefore, because even though I think you should own the first one, watch 2, 3, and 4. Forget about the rest of them until the remake. I would say you should at least what was it? Own it, stream it, watch it.
Own it, watch it, stream it. Don't bother.
I would or rent it. I think it was rent it. Anyway, whatever. Spend money on it and spend money on it to see it. Don't stream it. Don't steal from these guys. But I would definitely at least rent them and watch them.
Okay, so
in their
watch
entirety.
for you. Eric, what about you, buddy?
Short and sweet. I'd just say that the last three that were made in the 2000s, just watch those. That's fine.
Really?
In today's standards, yeah, I think that with today's standards. If you're looking to be like historic about it, then you're not gonna need me to tell you to watch it, probably because you've already seen it, or it's something that you'd go back into it. But if you're new or fresh to it or need to catch up on it, I'd say it's Jason. You're probably already familiar with the character. He is very popular in our culture, so I mean he's an iconic figure, and you probably just start just right out of the gun. Go Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, and then the new one. You don't have to watch them in order. I say just do those, just because they're just fun movies. Those three movies are just for the fun of it, and that's why I think those deserve a little bit more. It's just because that's the new type of horror that I like, or the slasher that I like, is a movie that's just like, you know what? Fuck this. We're gonna just do it. We're just gonna go ahead and when people ask, hey, why did you do that? And you can answer, because I wanted to. Because that day was a Tuesday and I had a cinnamon bagel. That's why. It was a good day. I was feeling chipper. I said, you know what, everybody? No, let's do it, okay? Get on the boat. Let's go. Something like that. So
Fair enough.
I say just,
fair enough.
Whereas the other ones, a little bit more, I think it tries to take it a little more seriously, and there's a lot of history in there. But no, fucking just
Okay.
have a ball with it.
Check them out. Yeah, okay. All right, well, guys, we hope everybody enjoys our review here of the Friday 13th retrospective series episode. We will be back next time for, I believe, Hail Caesar. Is that correct?
Yep,
Hail Caesar?
Sounds right. I'm excited to go see it. I'm going to go see it.
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
And then after Hail Caesar, we're going to be reviewing Deadpool,
Nice.
which, oh, boy.
That's
going to be so
I'm
much
excited.
fun.
I might have to pre-order my tickets.
Oh, my God. And, Eric, I loved that poster that you sent us in the messenger, the fake romantic teaser poster with Ryan Reynolds.
The real legit poster that they have.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, but yep, make sure to check this out. Make sure to check us out on iTunes. Search Movie Guys Podcast. Check us out at movieguyspodcast.com, on Twitter, on Facebook. And other than that, guys, we'll have more interviews coming your way and other reviews. So keep on checking. So this is Jordan, and thank you so much for Eric and Ed. Have a good night, guys.